Good evening, I'm Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Private sectors say the government has brought their morale down by arresting chairperson of KMG Kailash Sirohia. Congress leader Koirala says the party will expose the government's high-handedness. Meeting of the task force formed to seek consensus on the terms of reference of the Parliamentary Committee to investigate the fraud related to cooperatives ends inconclusive today as well. China holds military drills around Taiwan, calling it a strong punishment for the self-ruled island separatist acts. The drills come 3 days after inauguration of new president. And a 28-member preliminary team announced under the captaincy of Indu Verma for ACC Women's Asia Cup. Alisha, Helisa, Sabitri and Rajmati included for the first time. 3 umbrella organizations of the private sector have said that the arrest of Kantipur Media Group's chair, Kailash Sirohia, has demotivated the private sector. They have clarified that arrests made simply on the basis of complaints also reduce the confidence of investors. The Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Confederation of Nepalese Industries and Chamber of Commerce issued a joint release today and said that the government making arrests simply on the basis of complaints without giving an opportunity to listen to those alleged reduce the confidence of the private sector. They have also suggested the government to proceed with actions only after the allegations are proven. The release notes that a conducive environment for investments was created following conclusion of the recent investment summit, which was organized with the joint effort of the government and the private sector and has suggested domestic and foreign investors to invest in Nepal. The government has also been made aware not to hamper the investment environment. The organizations have clarified that an environment for investment could not be created by demotivating the business persons. They also appealed with the government to play the role of the guardian of the business persons. Now, Nepali Congress leader Dr. Shekhar Koirala has alleged the government of threatening the press by arresting KMG chair Kailash Sirohia. Addressing a program organized in Biratnagar today, Koirala expressed belief that Sirohia's arrest opened doors for investigating the dual passport of Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane. He said that the Home Minister had abused authority by sending police to arrest Sirohia from his workstation. Saying Nepali Congress would expose the government actions of encroaching press freedom and the freedom of expression, Koirala suggested journalists to continue work without being influenced or under any fear.
गृह मंत्री को 2टा पासपोर्ट 2टा नागरिकता हुँदाखेरि अहिले तपाईहरुले लेखिरहनु भएको छ। संसदको महासचिव पदम प्रसाद पाण्डेजी उहाँको पनि 2टा नागरिकता 2टा पासपोर्ट छ, 3टा भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँको केही हुँदैन, किन हुँदैन? त्यतातिर हामीहरूले हेर्नु पर्छ, तपाईहरुले लेख्नु पर्छ, हामीहरूले बोल्नु पर्छ। किनभने देशमा कानुन छ, त्यो कानुन के गृहमन्त्रीलाई लाग्दैन? गृहमन्त्री भएको नाताले उहाँलाई सरकारी ठगीबाट उन्मुक्ति दिने यो हुन सक्दैन। सरकारी ठगीमा गृहमन्त्री इन्भल्भ हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले त्यसको त्यहाँबाट उन्मुक्ति पाउन सक्नुहुन्न भन्ने कुरा नेपाली कांग्रेसको ठहर छ।
Meeting of the task force formed to seek consensus on the terms of reference of the Parliamentary Committee to investigate the fraud related to cooperatives is currently underway. Efforts were made for consensus at the meeting held at the Ministry of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs. The task force, led by Law Minister Padam Giri, includes Jiwan Pariyar of Nepali Congress, Mahesh Bartola of CPN-UML and Shishir Khanal of Rashtriya Swatantra Party. Nepali Congress leader Bimalendra Nidhi has said that KMG Group chair Kailash Sirohia was arrested in a vengeful manner. Nidhi, who had reached Janakpur, claimed that Siroya's citizenship was not forced and added that he was arrested because of continuous reporting by Kantipur on the alleged involvement of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs Ravi Lamichhane in the fraud of cooperatives, saying Siroya had to face the consequences of the error made by the officials of District Administration Office Dhanusha. The government had arrested Siroya instead of taking actions against the officials. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has said that the government is committed towards developing the birthplace of Gautam Buddha as a destination for world peace and religious tourism. Addressing a program organized on the occasion of 2568th Buddha Jayanti in Lumbini, Premier Dahal said that the government was committed for the development of Lumbini, which he said is a pilgrimage site for all Buddhists of the world. He also informed that a third summit would be soon organized in Lumbini. The program was also addressed by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs Naren Kaji Shrestha, Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation Hit Bahadur Tamang, Resident Coordinator of the United Nations in Nepal Hannah Singer Hamdi, and ambassadors for Sri Lanka, Thailand and India. A daring mission by a Kenyan hiker to conquer Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, has ended in death. Cheruiyot Kirui, an accomplished climber who had reached the peak of Mount Kenya more than 10 times, went missing above 8,000 meters on Mount Everest yesterday. He was found lifeless in the death zone, an area above 8,000 meters, this morning. Everest today, which covers mountaineering over the Himalayas and Karakoram with a special focus on 8,000-meter peaks, shared the news of Kenyan mountaineer Cheruiyot Kirui's passing on Mount Everest. His body was found a few meters below the summit point of Mount Everest. Kirui's body was discovered by a rescue team from 7 Summit Treks, the organizers of the expedition that involved hikers from other countries, including the UK and Nepal. The fate of Nawang Sherpa, who was with Kirui in the death zone, was still unknown on Thursday morning, according to base camp officials. The banker, who worked for Kenya Commercial Bank, reportedly attempted to scale Everest without using supplemental oxygen before he went out of contact from the Bishop Rock zone. At extreme altitudes, in fact, of 5,500 to 8,849 meters, supplementary oxygen can be used to prevent the effects of severe hypoxia, a condition in which not enough oxygen reaches the body's tissues. Although Mount Everest has been climbed without supplemental oxygen, most climbers use their air backup once they hit 6,000 meters above sea level. Kirui becomes the second hiker to be confirmed dead in the ill-fated expedition, after Romanian climber Gabriel Tabara was found lifeless inside his tent at the third camp on Tuesday. Welcome back. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why has the situation for the victims of cooperatives to resort to protest surfaced again? Your options are A, abuser in power, B, government indifference, and C, to apply pressure. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, a team of 23 who had left from Saptari on foot to share the problems of encroachment of the Chure region have arrived in Kathmandu after 25 days. Participants of the march have arrived in Kathmandu for the second time with their 12-point demand for Chure conservation. They had reached Kathmandu after an 11-day march last year. As the agreements reached back then were not implemented, they have come to Kathmandu once again, this time with an empty bucket and slogans, including Save Forest for Water, Ensure Water and Protect Chure, among others. Coordinator of Chure and Forest Conservation Campaign, Sunil Yadav, has said that they were compelled to reach Kathmandu again as the encroachment of the Chure region had led to drying of sources of water, which had caused problems for the local residents. They had left for Kathmandu on 29th of April. Legal provisions require the presentation of the budget in the centre on Jesta 15 as per Nepali calendar and Asar 1 at provinces and Asar 10 at local levels. However, grievances are heard each year regarding the demands of the farmers and cottage and small-scale industries not being included in the government policies and programs. At a time when all three tiers of the government are preparing for the budget for the next fiscal year, cottage and small-scale industries of Dhankuta have put forward their demands, including basic support price for their products and programs for market management and promotion while ensuring appropriate price. Farmers of Dhankuta have shared their grievances regarding failure in ensuring proper market for their products, storage and processing facilities, and complications in receiving soft loans. Coffee producers have shared their complaints regarding the government indifference in expansion of coffee farms, ensuring quality and standards, along with processing facilities and market promotion.